Hey, hey. Sorry about that. Freaking internet, dude. I've got to get on a business account, man. I don't know what happened. The freaking upload speeds just went to crap. The internet went down. I had to switch over to Wi-Fi, which I cannot live stream on. So I reset everything, and it's working now. So hopefully it keeps working. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, ran a few laps while I was waiting for the internet. We need some more crossweight. Also, need to take some tape out of it. It was starting to get hot. First time we've been able to actually turn enough laps. And I think, which I don't know what the hell happened, because it wasn't doing this. Now all of a sudden it is. Was that bottoming out again? Yep. Dang it. I need to raise that up even more. I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Raise the whole truck up. I never run my truck this high. Never. But I think we're pretty close to... I think we're pretty close to getting the shocks adjusted on this thing, or getting to the next phase. Now I just need to turn some laps. See where we're at. I need to do like 25 laps. Shit. That feels really good. Let's try some laps on the bottom here. A little loose. Drove in a little too hard. Hey, what's up, Blake? What's up, Donkey? Sorry about that, you guys. Freaking internet went down, man. It pisses me off when it does that. I spent a lot of money on my internet. Like, I should not have problems. I'm gonna have to just upgrade to a business line. I want to see how good this thing does on the bottom now. One of the things I've noticed about Bristol is, in the race at least, pretty much got to run just where people aren't. Nice thing is you can do that. see mine. Compare lap time from the top and the bottom. And middle.
We have a car stopped down low. Go high.
I want to try to run the hell out of this thing. See how fast I can burn up the tires. Whew, almost got the wall there.
Your oil tank is getting high. Your oil tank is getting high.
Oil temp is getting high, so 60% tape looks like it's going to be a little too much.
We have a car stopped down low.
I'm going to keep running it though, because it tells you that it's getting high, but you still have a buffer before you actually get the red light. The red light's 280. I think they tell you at 265 or 270. Now I'm not going to leave it like that for the race. I just want to see how hot it's going to get. That'll let me know how much I got to reduce the tape on the nose. So while I was waiting for my internet to reset, I only made one other adjustment. And what I did was I dropped the track bar on both ends by, I think, a ½ inch. I'll show you guys when we go back to the garage. This thing feels really good. My fastest lap time was a 15.1. If I can still be turning 15.3s, pushing it this hard, because this track can eat up tires. Looks like the line's right through the middle, maybe. The main thing that I want to have is I want to get this thing to where it goes in nice, and then I want to be able from the middle out to be able to get on the throttle and not have the thing snap on me. The drive off is really important here.
Go high. Have a slow car on the bottom.
This feels pretty good.
Slow car down low. Go high.
Hey, what's up, David? What's up, David? Are you in the Discord?
Your oil tank is getting high.
Yeah, that's why I'm in this one.
Your oil tank is getting high.
I just didn't know because it sounded like you were echoing. Like you were talking in the Discord and the sim.
Slow car down low.
If you want, I'll give you this setup when I'm done testing it here in just a couple laps. Feels pretty good so far. As long as I'm back. Thank you. Currently writing an 8 to 10 page paper and it sucks. I bet, Blake, that does suck. I don't miss those days at all. No, I released all of the stuff for the officials, but I put up an announcement that the Road to Pro setup will be up by Wednesday. I haven't done it yet because the race is Thursday.
Clear high, clear high. We have a car stopped down low.
I need to get you on a sponsored plan.
Car stopped down low. Have a slow car on the bottom. Have a slow car
Yeah,
on the
some of the stuff got messed up. I added it back on for you. Alright, this thing's starting to get a little tight now. Oh, really? Yeah, he had said he wasn't going to run Martinsville during Richmond.
Go high.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to do more short track racing with the modified than the super late model.
Slow car down low. Go high.
This thing feels good on throttle.
Slow car up high. Got a car stopped up high. Go low.
Oh. Yeah, I'll probably be doing. No, I don't think I'll be running any dirt. I might run the NIS at Bristol dirt just because that car actually works a lot better on the dirt than the other one did. It actually feels kind of like a dirt car. Not really, but it's just better than the other one was.
Go high.
Nice. How many cautions do you think will happen this week? 21? I hope not.
Slow car down low.
Alright, so right now we're looking at about a 1 second fall off so far. I don't know how many laps I've done on this run, but this thing's definitely gotten tight on me. But that's okay. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to push this thing to the max. I've been super busy with baseball. But yeah, but I mean NARC's done now, and I got a bunch of other stuff planned, and We're going to be doing a sprint car road to pro training and stuff like that. If we get the signups for it. If we don't get the signups, then we won't do it. But yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff in the works. I'm always busy. Yeah, yeah. I've been doing that. But yeah, it was nice to take a break from Narc. Okay, so first of all right, so look at this. This is really important. So first of all, right front, we smoked it, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to smoke that thing because I want to see how much I'm getting out of it. Now, I kept hitting the wrong button. I hope I did not turn off my telemetry too early. Okay, I didn't. I got 48 laps. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to see. All right, bottoming out. We're barely bottoming out anymore. Now, the problem is our nose is getting really high. But I can live with that here. I can. All right, so truck down first. First of all, let me save that. Share that. I just shared that setup with you, David. It's still not done, but it's something if you want to work off of it. Okay, so back to Motec. Okay, so brake angle. That's about what I want. Yeah, no problem. Splitter. Okay, the splitter's staying positive, which is what I want to see. So splitter angle, once that... So splitter angle is measuring the angle of the splitter from right to left. So if we go into the corner and it's negative, that means that the left side is higher than the right side. We don't want that. We want the left side lower than the right side. The first few laps, it's in the negative, but that's when we're much faster and it's really rolling on that right front. But let me see my loads. What is that? What did I do there? That's okay. So let's look at these laps right here. Okay, get rid of that anomaly there. Okay, so in the middle of the corner, there's good. So I think dynamic weights, dynamic cross weight is up higher. Yeah, thank you. Damn, even with that ballast all the way back, that thing is still got a lot of weight on the front. Man. Huh. Okay. Let's check the cambers here. I want to see these laps. So this is what I use to get my tires and air pressures dialed in. And what I want to see is going through the corner like this. I want to see these as close to even as possible. But see how the outside is getting hotter and staying hotter? The thing's really rolling over. Now, the right front, it's doing that because of the fact that the spring is so soft and so it's rolling. Even with that stiff bar, it's doing that. Man, I might even need a stiffer spring in the right rear. This should be higher. Be it. I think I need to put a... I think I need a stiffer spring in the right rear. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think I do. I think I'm going to go up on the right rear. Yeah, I think we're going to go up on the right rear. We're not spinning the tires. We're not. Our slip angle looks good. Okay, so that all looks good. Engine. That's good. Our optimal engine. Okay, we're good there. All right, so temps. I want to see the temps here. So our oil temp was getting high. Oil temp. Oil temp got up to 290. Yeah, that's way too high. So I need to drop that tape down at least 10%. At least 10%. Whew. 290, that's high. That's blow up. That's blow up. Once that red light comes on, it'll blow up at any time. I think I'm going to go to a 1300 on the right rear and actually drop that left rear down to a 725. So let's do that. So we got 6, 7, 8, 2. Let's go 1300. That tire pressure looks good. I don't think I want to mess with that. I almost wonder if I should add a couple. Let's add some pressure to the right side. Drop that back down a little bit. And then that's good. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to start working on these shocks. So the compression slope, I'm going to drop the compression slope down some on the front. So the lower the compression slope, and the slope, what the slope does is, where's my histogram? So this is the slope, okay? So the compression slope and the rebound slope is basically doing this slope, this angle right here, all right? You got this right here, this right here. So this left front, you can see the slope is really high. So the higher the number, the steeper this slope will be. The lower the number, the lower this slope will be, okay? And a lot of people will tell you, they'll be like, oh, you want to make this look like a pyramid. And I used to try to do that, but I don't really do that no more. I use this just for my slope. Everything else for my shock tuning, I use this. And I look at these track reports here, and it shows me the velocities and what the shocks are doing at different parts of the track. That's what I want to see. And then I also have a, oh, I got to create that real quick, because I don't think I have it in this workbook. So I just figured this out. Let's go to suspension. Yeah, so I don't think I have it yet. Let me look here. Do I have my throttle mean? No, I don't. Nope, I don't. Okay, so first I got to create my throttle mean. A throttle mean is basically the mean of the throttle. Mean is almost like an average, but it's like the number. You got the high, the low, the number in between. That's your mean. So we want throttle mean. All right, so we got that. So the next thing what I want to do is I want to see what my shocks are doing when I am above the throttle mean, which would be accelerating, specifically coming out of the corner, right? And then when I'm off the throttle mean or applying brake, because that's when I'm slowing down. So I want to see how my shocks on the front are compressing when I'm slowing down, how my shocks on the and on the rear, how they're rebounding when I'm slowing down, and then vice versa. When I'm accelerating, I want to see how the shocks in the front are rebounding and how they're compressing on the rear. This is how you dial that in. So we're going to go left front shock force. So this will be the compression part, and we have to use a pretty complex formula for this. So what we want here is we want to go, where is the formula? Is it choose that I want to use? Is that the one? Yeah, it must be choose. So true or not equal to zero. Oh yeah, okay. So we need. First thing we're gonna need is, we need the throttle. Throttle insert. We need this to be greater than or equal to our throttle mean. And then if it's true, we want our damper. I want the damper velocity on the true condition. Oh, crap. I forgot to add this. I need and I gotta have it in the range that I want. Insert range. We need outings, laps, track sections, defaults, corners. What? Oh, you. Oh, that's because that's the reset function. Wrong formula. Whoops. True damper velocity, and then keep putting it in the wrong spot. Throttle mean and range is insert range. So I'll make sense in just a second. There we go. And then I want damper, not damper position, damper velocity in inches per second. There we go. And then false, we're going to get 0. Okay. Alright, so now let me test this real quick. So we're going to duplicate that. We're going to rename this shock force. And then let me come over here and make sure this works. Edit. And I need the left front shock force. God, I have created way too much stuff in here. Thought I had this in here and I forgot I don't. It's just the Xfinity that I've got it in here. Bam! There we go. That's what I want to see right there. So now it's showing me what's going on with my shock, my left front shock, when I'm on and off the accelerator, which is what I want to see. Now I'm going to need to change. I need to edit this track because these sections, I need to adjust them a little bit. There we go. That's what I want to see. Perfect. Okay, so now all I got to do is I got to copy and paste this a bunch. And then we're going to go, instead of left front, we'll do right front. And I just need to change this right here. Front right. There we go. Copy, paste, edit. Left rear. Copy, paste. See, this is the stuff that I freaking... Whoops! That I do all day. You guys wonder why I'm losing my mind. Alright, so we got that. Yeah, I ran it really hard too for about 40 and it smoked the right front. I'm trying to fix that right now. I think I'm going to stiffen up the right rear spring, put some more rear spring split in it to get it to drive off better. So it's not smoking that right front on exit. And then I'm going to start dialing in the shocks. And that should help some too. Okay, so now we've got our shock force. Yeah, basically I try to get the setup about 80% of the way there, 85% of the way there. Once I got that, then I do my shocks. Okay, so now we have shock force. Now we need shock brake, is what I call it. So we're going to copy and paste that again. And this time, all we got to do is we're just going to change this. And instead of being greater than or equal to the throttle mean, we want to be less than or equal to the throttle mean and in the track. There we go. So that's all we got to change is just that. Boom. That's the tallest gear you can put in it. At least that's the tallest gear I can put in my Chevy. You might want to decrease the tape down to 50%. When I ran 40 laps, it got up to 290. Yeah, and the 57 is the tallest one you can go to. So yeah, if you're hitting the chip with the 57, I don't think it's going to get any better. But decrease that tape. That'll help some, especially with the heat. All right, there we go. I dropped it down to 50. I'm going to try that right now and see. What are the average lap times you're running? What I sent you is at 40%? Oh, no. It is? Should be at 50. What the heck? Okay, so hold on. Save this. Okay, check again, because the one I just saved that I just sent to you has 60% tape. Now I shared two setups. There should be one that I shared just with you that says Bristol RTP, and then there was another one that I shared with like everybody before, and that was a free setup. And I think that one had like 40% tape. Yeah, that's the free setup. So keep that one too. But I just shared one with you that should say Bristol RTP-R. Average lap times, Donkey, are low 15s at the start, so 15.1, 15.2, and then there's about a second fall off after about 40 laps. Those should both be the same. The RTP R2022, that's the one that I've got right now. And if it's got 60% tape, make sure that you drop that down to 50. Will this go 444? Nope, 457. That's what it is. Okay, so what was I doing here? Oh, that's right. I got to do these shocks. So we got shock force. I got to change this real quick. Well, hopefully you're faster with this one. Okay, shock force. Shock force. Hold on one second, guys. I promise I'll get back out there in just a sec. But I gotta do this to tune my shocks. These these four-way adjustables, like when you get to the cup car, the six-way adjustables, like doing this, like dude, it helps so much. Makes it so much easier. Like those are a lot of people out there who just put everything at 5, and that'll, that's fine, it'll work. But man, when you can get the shocks dialed in on these things with these new shocks that they have, dude, especially on the next gen car, if you can get the shocks dialed in, oh god, it makes such a huge difference with that car. Such a huge difference. Okay, so now I gotta duplicate this one more time. And we just gotta rename this one shock brake. Bam. And I just gotta change these things one more time to shock brake. I gotta actually I need to save this and then send this to everybody who just bought these workbooks, because I just figured out how to do this literally this last week with this specific stuff right here like I'm doing, and it's not in the new workbook that I just sold to people, so I need to send this to them so they get the updated one. I mean, I'm not gonna send updated copies forever, but since I just literally it's a week later, I need to send this to them. I mean, these workbooks are always evolving, man. I actually came up with this idea building a Motec workbook for the GT3 car, the Porsche, because I wanted to see what the brakes were doing going into the, or not the brakes, what the shocks were doing braking and accelerating in and out of the corners. And then I was like, hey, I can do that on the NASCAR side. And here we are. Okay. Last one. Believe it or not, this actually helped some on dirt too. The dirt shocks are not nearly as good as the asphalt ones, but they do help. Okay, so here's the deal. Look at braking going into the corner. Look at the right front. See how much that shock is moving? Look at that. It is rebounding at 11 inches a second, and then immediately after it's compressing at 10. On the right side, it's compressing at 11 and then rebounding at 10. I mean, immediately. I mean, you're talking like boom, boom. So obviously there's a bump there, because you can see over here, left rear, same thing, right? And we're off throttle here. Now the left front's not bad going into that corner. Let me see. Lap 2, same thing. Lap 3. So basically the same thing every time going into that corner. So now let's see shock force here. So shock force coming out of the corner, which is where we're gonna see this. Left front is not bad. Right, or excuse me, left rear. That's actually rebounding quite a bit. Right rear, right front. So yeah, I definitely need to. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'd put this to 725. God dang it. 6796. So 6796. We'll go there. I need to drop this to 50%. 1300. We got 68. Like that. Let's drop that down just a little bit. And so the slopes on the front. And if you remember, our slopes on the front here, right? The left front's got a really high slope. The right front, not so much. And then the rear slopes are kind of flat. So on the compression side, left front slope, I'm going to drop that to 3. Right front slope, I'm going to actually... We're going to raise that to 6. Right rear and left rear, both of those compression slopes, we're going to raise those up to... Actually, let's go 7 on those. Now, rebound side, we actually need to go higher on the rear. We're going to go... Let's go 8. Actually, let's keep the right rear at 7 because that'll suck it. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And then on the right front... I can put that one... Actually... Yeah, let's go 6 on the right front on the rebound slope. And then on the left front, I actually want to go to... See, the compression side needs more... Okay, so let's actually take that to 4. Alright, let's try this now. That's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's got to have a 358 finished. Third, 31 I rating. Nice job, Landon. That's good, man. Third in one of those races, that is good.
Go high.
Just that a little adjustment on the shocks. Just with the slopes. I haven't even done any low speed stuff for the handling. I want to get the slopes dialed in first. Ah! I think me dropping that left rear spring made it a little too loose. Now, here's the thing, though. That's not necessarily bad, okay? And that's the thing to understand. That's not necessarily a bad thing. See what happened with these just by changing those slopes? You see the difference between those two? Right? I mean, if we just look at the difference in the slopes. That's a big change. But it being a little bit loose in the beginning is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, that just means that the truck will come in over the run. All right, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just have to take it a little easy, which is okay. I can live with that. All right, I'm gonna actually keep this the way that it is. I'm gonna adjust these shocks now and see if I can't fine tune the low speed to get me a little bit more speed out of it. So I want to go. Actually, let's do this. We're going to go 750 on the left rear spring. But I'm going to change the compressions, and that'll help drive it through more. On the rebound, we're going to go 4 on the right rear. Actually, let's go 4 on the... Just a little bit coming in. Drop that left rear spring rate. Probably 25 pounds. Okay. And then compression. So I want to actually stiffen this up some on the front. And then we're going to drop that rebound so when we... Actually, no. We're going to drop the left front rebound, keep the right front rebound. That should help us coming off the corner, too. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do a dirt I rating has been skyrocketing lately. Nice job, man. I just signed up today. I just signed up for the Spring Fling. It's like the biggest dirt late model race. It's like the biggest money race in sim racing. And it's a freaking $75 entry fee. I'm not really a dirt late model driver. I just signed up for it. I literally did it because Ryland's doing it. I'm like, I'll do it with you, man. So as soon as they announce what track it is, I got to start practicing. I'm going to spend a lot of time practicing the dirt late model at that track so I don't look like a clown.
Go high.
I'm laying down my fastest laps right now.
Go high.
This is what I want to see. I want to see the thing get better as I adjust and build on it more and more and more. And it's actually still a little loose, which is good. That's a good thing, believe it or not. Because I just pushed it a little too hard there and it got that loose. I will absolutely... Let's do a race run. I will absolutely be a 1/10 of a second slower than people who are pushing it to the max at the beginning of the run, because I know I'll make up that and then some towards the end of the run.
Go high.
I can 100% handle that.
You got a slow car up ahead.
So let's do a long race run here. See how many laps I can get out of this thing.
Have a slow car on the bottom. Go high.
Devin, if you're still in here, man, do you need a setup? What else?
Have a slow car on the bottom.
You too, man.
Have a slow car on the bottom. Go high.
What's up, Nathan? You know, Landon, I don't know. I think I might run the NIS Bristol Dirt Race. I might run it. Not on, well, yeah, I might run it Friday night. Thursday night, I'm going to run the Road to Pro Truck Race. So, yeah, it would be Friday night.
Have a slow car on the bottom.
Ah, damn it, I scraped the wall. That's alright, that might actually happen in the race, so it's okay.
You got one outside. Don't there, hold your line. You're clear high, clear high.
You gotta really play with the throttle through the corner at this track, man. This thing feels pretty good. And I'm not getting any engine warnings about my oil temps or anything being hot. Plus, I'm still mid-15, which is where I want to be.
Inside. Stay high, you're just on the low side. All clear, all clear.
Alright, I think we got about 30 laps or so. But now I want to really start pushing this thing hard. you'll see that when I'm doing this, I'm using brake on some laps, I'm not using brake on other laps. I want to make sure that this thing works under any type of circumstance, right? I can't just test it without using brake, because if I go into turn 1 and I got cars in front of me and they check up, I got to be able to hit the brake and know that the car's going to, you know, work. It's not going to snap around on me or spin out, right? Push up the track. Alright, we're at about a second of fall off right now. We're sliding the right front just a little too much under braking. I think I need to soften that right front shock just one click. Either that or soften that front ARB. I think I'm going to actually soften that front ARB. Instead of running a 2.5, I think I'll go to a 2.25. The track is bumpy enough to where I can go to a 2.25 to help with the bumps and have it roll just a little bit more.
Got a slow car up ahead. Go high.
There should be a setup that I shared in the shared setups if you guys need one. There's a free one in there. Yeah, no problem. So it looks like as my tires wear, I want to move up the track. So it looks like on fresh tires, middle of the track, the middle groove seems to be good. And then as my tires wear more and more, I want to move up the track. Yeah, I'm doing a tire run now to see how many laps I can get out of this thing. Trying to see where the best line is for me when the tires are worn out. Yeah, it's definitely the high line. This thing drives off the corner really good. Even with that right front being worn out right now, and it is. Feels good. Hey, whatever works. Yeah, that's what I try to get him to. Road to Pro races on Thursday, Donkey. I ran Martinsville and got fifth somehow. Nice job, Landon. Good job, man. I didn't run Martinsville this week. I just didn't have time. Do you plan on doing any of these setup classes for any dirt cars? I've actually done quite a few of them, Nathan. I am going to do a setup class on these, or on the dirt cars, because I've had a lot of people asking me about the dirt late models and the big blocks. The sprint cars, until they get those things fixed, same thing with the midgets, until they update those and get those things closer to where they need to be, yeah, you know, I put out that video on them, and it actually, I had actually heard that it caught the attention of iRacing, which was cool. They actually did run some tests, and what I was seeing, they're not seeing, which is to be expected. You know, I talked about that in the video, that there's things with, you know, my workbooks I have to make assumptions on, because iRacing doesn't give us that data. You know, for example, like the way that you calculate dynamic load, for example, on a torsion bar, right? The factors that come into play are numerous, okay? You need to know the bar length, the active bar length, if it's solid or hollow. You got to know the torsion arm length. If the torsion arm has an offset, that makes a difference. Not only that, but because I don't know the angle of the torsion arm when the car is static, okay? The real way that you would actually calculate the dynamic load on a torsion arm would be how much the arm moves, right? Well, the arm doesn't just go up and down, right? An arm does this. It moves in radians or degrees. Well, I can't measure it in degrees because I don't know where it's at when it's static, okay? So the only way that I can measure the change, the actual wheel deflection, is by the deflection in the shock. And here's the thing. I don't know... Oops.
Clear low, clear low.
You're good, man. I don't know what they have their shocks rated at, right? So there's all these different factors. That's why I always tell people I look for the changes in my adjustments. So what they're seeing is different, right? And my theory for them was disproved. That's great. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no problem with being wrong. Right? Like, if they are looking at it and stuff like that, like, I'll be wrong. I'll gladly go out and prove myself wrong 100 times if it helps the sim. Like, that's the only reason I do this stuff, right? I just want to help. So, the fact that they even looked at, you know, at least from what I've heard, that they looked at it, like, that's really cool. You know what I mean? So, until they get the sprint cars and the midgets a little bit closer, I'm not going to do a bunch of stuff on those, because if I go out and do a bunch of stuff on those, showing people things, and then they change them, like, it could just change everything. But the late models and the big blocks, I've been having people ask me about those, so I'll probably do something on those. I'll probably do something relatively soon. I did a video on them a long time ago where I had turned like 2,000 laps on the big blocks and the dirt late models and did a bunch of tests with them and then show all the data in Motec, you know, and I mean, I check everything. What happens when you know, change spring rates or left rear bite or, you know, the ride height, tire pressure, axle lead, J-bar rate, like all these different trailing arms, like what actually happens to the car and how does it affect the handling. And I did a video on it. It's somewhere on YouTube. Because there was a bunch of like things that people were saying that it was like, you don't have to do that, you know? Now, there's certain things like you want to do, you know, like left rear bite on the big blocks, you pretty much want to run that maxed out. There are occasions where I've ran only like 50 pounds of left rear bite on the big block and it's been fast, like I've actually won races with that, but they're kind of rare circumstances.
Got one inside.
Okay, I think we've turned about 70 laps or so. We've got about a half a tank of fuel left, which is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see half a fuel run. This right front tire is smoked. Alright, let's see what these tires look like. I bet the right front's smoked. Okay, right front tire. Poo! In the 40s. Yeah, I smoked the hell out of that thing. But that's what I wanted to see. Now, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, it was pretty good. Right rear 68, but look at that, man. The inside of that tire is still rolling over too much. God, I don't want to stiffen up that spring anymore. But I might have to. Alright, let's bring up the telemetry here. I did 83 laps. Okay. Now the race is the Road to Pro race is 175 laps. That's a lot. I'm going to need to get 100 laps out of this. I could get 100 laps with this setup if I took it a little easier. Uh, 14 nines to 16 sevens, 16 sixes, 16 sevens. I still had half a tank left. That was 80-something laps. The race is 175, so I'm going to need to get 100 laps out of the setup. I could definitely loosen this thing up more. I think I'm going to have to loosen this thing up more. I'm going to have to take some cross weight out of it. I'm going to have to take some cross weight out of it. let's see here. Where are we? Let's see where we're actually. Where are we burning up the tire the most? The right front tire the most. Yeah, there was people here getting loose after 10, 15 laps. Okay, so where are we burning the right front tire up the most? Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Okay, so the hottest point of the right front is actually on the exit of the corner, which is typical at a track like this. And then 3 and 4, it's the middle. That's where I'm kind of cutting down in 3 and 4 on that lap. Yeah, you get an extra set on the Road to Pro races. I think it's I think you only get 3 sets. I think the normal race is 2 and you get 3 sets for the Road to Pro race. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't say? No, it doesn't say. Dang it. Okay. I think it's 3 sets of tires. Been struggling with the big block. Well, we'll see if we get you dialed in on that, Landon. Sully, did I hear they scanned Port Royal? They did scan Port Royal, yes. The iRacing truck was there and was scanning it. The next dirt track will be Lucas Oil. From what I've heard, that's supposed to be the case, Landon, is that the next dirt track is supposed to be Lucas Oil. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'd be nice to get Lucas Oil. It'd be nice to get Port Royal too. So, all right, we have hit our time limit here on this test session. Man, that went fast. All right. Well, we're pretty close. We're pretty good. We are pretty good. I'm going to save this. And we can analyze the data a little bit more here. So I need to look at, let's go to suspension. We want to see because here's the thing. If we look at the tires and on the exit of the corners here is where we're burning up the right front, right? Basically after the apex, this is where we're burning up our right front. Then you can see here, what do we have at those 2 sections on the right front? Look at that. Right here and right here. That's where the right front is on terms of bump. There's a huge bump there where we're actually, that's not helping. So I think I'm going to have to make that shock much more. I think I'm going to have to make that shock more linear instead of, yeah, see, look at that. That slope needs to be adjusted. Bad. Yeah, it needs to be adjusted. I'll have to work on this some more. Well, you guys, that's going to do it all for this. I hope this helped some. I'm sorry about the internet. I mean, that like really sucked that happened. But yeah, hopefully this stuff helped some. I will be back on Thursday night to run this race. And yeah, hopefully should have the setup dialed in by then. So yeah, that yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, you guys, that'll do it. Thank you guys very much as always for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, good luck, good racing. Take care.